Don't get mad at me.
Bye, bye, bye. Bye, bye, bye. OG. Lie detector. Don't lie, lie, lie. Bye, bye. Foreign trips. Bye, bye, bye. OG. Lie detector. Don't lie, lie, lie. No. No, no, no. I ain't got no tickets to the show. You should call the fire marshal, cause I want all the. Hello? Dial 911. No time for the fakers. Courtside at the Lakers. It's a hit. Girl, you know that's every time I link with him. Make a ice on my arm. Feel like a storm. We make 30,000 in these sweats. 20 up next, that's a bet. Cut the check. Bye, bye, bye. Foreign trips. Bye, bye, bye. OG. Lie detector. Don't lie, lie, lie. Cut the check. Bye, bye, bye. Foreign trips. Bye, bye, bye. OG. Lie detector. Don't lie, lie, lie.
Told her bye, bye, bye. Don't make I. Got a lot of racks on me. Got a lot of proof on me. Couple M's in jewelry. I'm a rich like just eat. And I can't buy no flight. Look at my bust down shine. Small.
Jay, Warriors Thunder, always a great rivalry, but no doubt another chapter was opened in the 2016 offseason. It's become about one player.
Yeah, and that player is Kevin Durant. You know, Ed, 2 years ago, there was no doubt this was Stephen Curry's team. But after winning a championship, now there's no doubt in my mind this is Kevin Durant's team. And it starts because KD has been embracing who he is becoming as a person. He is kind of a villain, and I like that about him. He's a guy that barks back at the media and also claps back at random fans on social media.
What's empowered him to be this person now compared to his days in OKC?
A change of venue can create a change of mindset.
Just like basketball.
Steph lets loose. No good. No daylight. Great defense.
I love when I see a good contest. You're crowding the player's landing space, which naturally makes him worrisome about turning an ankle on that landing.
Curry into the front court. Now down 6. Short jumper stays out. Westbrook across the timeline. A minute gone by here in the opening quarter. Warriors come away with it. Cousins to Thompson. Nice pass to get things going.
Just remember an old saying here. You're only as good as your last shot, and your last shot went in, so it's time to get going.
Russell Westbrook rocking the rim.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
You didn't let me pass it.
Russell Westbrook with the lob to Paul George. Kevin Durant tips it.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Curry into the front court. 8-2 our score. Drive here. The shot stays out.
Yes.
And the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The refs bit, and that's the game.
Kevin Durant trying to cash in on a 3-point play. Career 88% from the line. Free throw is good to cap off the 3-point play.
Hey,
and the lead is down to 3. Westbrook with the basketball. He'll run the offense. And they call the foul. That's a breeze there, Jay.
Those cat-like hands almost got a steal.
Jay, without question, one of the biggest moments of the NBA offseason. Paul George stays in OKC.
I think him and Russ work well off each other. Playoff P wants to be Playoff P all the time. Who better to bring that out of you?
Oh my!
Paul George Missed his first. That one goes. Jay, when you break down Paul George, where is he at his best?
He needs to be engaged. He needs to have the ball in his hands. He needs to be needed. And that's the biggest thing for Paul George. When he's the guy offensively, he makes those clutch shots. It re-engages him defensively. And that drives him to be the best version of Paul George there is.
Draymond Green sends it away.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Down for Curry, and count the basket inside. His instincts are unnatural, but what makes him so good given the work he's put in?
The special thing about Stephen Curry is that his entire life he has practiced great habits. A lot of players practice and get up shots, but they don't practice the right habits, and that comes with the lineage. His father, Dell Curry, making sure that he puts in the time and effort, but the proper skill with the time and the effort.
Subbing in for the Thunder.
George, defended by Kevin Durant. Fakes, drives to the rim, and scores.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
To Cousins. Can't connect from in close. Across midcourt, it's Schroeder. Up 5. Paul George.
No way.
He shoots. Oh, off the mark. Livingston to bring it up. Looking to make something happen.
Yeah.
Klay Thompson. 2 for 2. That's what you want.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Paul George. 4-2. Deep 2 there. Won't go. Thompson to bring it into the front court. Down 3.
It looked like he was about to put that back in.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Paul George fires. Durant with the basketball up top. Less than a minute to go in a tightly played first quarter. Has a chance.
Oh,
A shot
how?
by Durant that's no good. Here's Schroeder with it. They can get a 2 for 1 if they play this right. George to the basket, but it won't go.
And you see so many players quit on the play after they were beat the first time, but not him. He stayed on his hip, he fought back, and he made the player miss the shot. That's great defense.
Let's go.
Schroeder with the basketball. Shot clock turned off as they get a chance to build their lead. Knocks it down from mid-range.
I'm telling you right now, with moves like that, scoring is not going to be an issue tonight.
Nothing going here on that drive. Deep 3 at the buzzer.
Dang.
First quarter's complete. The
That's what I was
Thunder
trying
with
to
the lead.
do.
One quarter down. Neither side really distinguished itself. Jay, what stood out?
And when both teams are playing at this level, it just continues to reaffirm that I was excited to watch both these teams play this entire week. It's been a solid game so far, but this has a chance to be a great one down the stretch.
Stuffs it down with authority.
You can forget about it when he uses that 7'5" wingspan to attack the bucket.
Russ at the controls. Nice pass to set things up. Paul George. Oh, 3 for 8. He's got to do better.
And last year, it seemed like PG really had a difficult time finding that next level elite PG. No doubt about it. This year, he needs to be playoff P all day, every day.
Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
You know, teams usually shoot higher percentages early in the shot clock. Plus, you take away the legs of the defense. You have to dictate the pace.
What?
Westbrook into the front
I am
court.
really bad.
We're a minute into this.
Oh, out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. Slam dunk, Sean Livingston.
And if you're on defense on that last possession, no need to look over to the coach's bench, hold up your arms, wonder what did you do. Everybody got back, everybody communicated, everybody pointed. It was just better offense than there was defense.
Right time, right player.
Can't teach height.
George. Off the iron. No good. Bell shot won't go.
And it's never a great thing when you're talking to yourself the entire next possession about the shot you just missed. Now you know you're in that player's head mentally.
No good. Livingston across the timeline. Down 5. That'll be out of bounds. Last touch by the Warriors. Changes coming from both sides right now.
For the Oklahoma City Thunder, number 12, Steven Adams. Entering the game for Golden State, number 0.
Westbrook into the front court. Leads 5. The crossover gets inside and the slam.
I see the easy dunk, but what I don't see is energy. Scream, do something. Get yourself emotionally involved in the game.
Got it to go. And the foul. Get off the tracks. The train's coming through.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
DeMarcus Cousins at the line for a chance at a three-point play. For his career, 73%. Free throw is good to finish off the three-point play. That slices the lead down to 4. It's Russ at the controls. Oh, highlight moves. Tough to do with the defender all over you. And the defender over pursues, and he's called for it.
His timing was a tad bit off.
Westbrook. And the rebound belongs to Golden State. Iguodala to bring it up. Trailing by 4. Cook shot won't go. Westbrook. Oh, stolen by the Warriors. And scores. Strong take.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
That'll be out of bounds. Last touch by the Warriors. So this remains Thunder basketball. Shifting gears. Here come some substitutions. George. Markieff Morris sizing up Draymond Green. Knocked loose. Curry to bring it up. Down just a couple. Steph Curry. Tough shooting. Only 2 for 6 after that make.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact.
That is not a
Focusing
foul,
on the
brother.
rim.
Oh, the whistle. Jay, take your hands off of it.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
That's the first foul in the last 2 minutes.
I don't think they should go Westbrook once this
Sam
game.
Presti turns that into Dennis Schroeder.
And I love this
shoot.
acquisition by the Thunder. When you think about Schroeder, he is almost the opposite of what Russell Westbrook is. He is not a ball-dominant guard. He will have the ball in his hands, but he's more apt to make plays quickly with the ball than Russell, who likes to hold on to the ball towards the end of the
That was a
shot.
shot.
To George. Cash is in. Someone has to get into a zip code.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Paul George. Great feed. Big man, Steven Adams. 3 for 3 in this first half.
This is basketball 1-on-1. Play inside out. Give the big man the ball, and the rest of the court will open up. That was an easy lay.
Cash is in for
go.
2. He has an uncanny approach to the game.
And did you see that? His eyes are his deadliest weapon. When he steps over half court, when he looks at the rim, that naturally throws the defender off. It makes the defender lean just a little bit. And just that millisecond of you wondering what he's going to do, splash is enough for him to exploit.
Layup goes down. Well done.
Boom.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
And he's going to the line
No,
to
no,
shoot.
And
that
as
is
a
not.
defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
Paul George, couple of free throws on the way. A career 84% free throw shooter. First one goes down.
Golden State Warriors, number 35, Kevin Durant.
No, don't make this.
No good on the second. It's a 1 of 2 trip. Cleans it up. And a put-back slam.
Woo, that's nasty right there.
Oh, ferocious slam
Oh,
inside. Good luck keeping up with that.
Did you see that jump? It was as quick as a pogo stick.
Count the basket at the rim. Deep three at the buzzer. Goes down. A 3 at the buzzer. How about that end to the
What
first
the-
half as they take the lead into the locker room. We've reached halftime in a 2-point game. Let's get you to Orlando where we say hello.
The Thunder have the lead, but not by much. They decided to make a statement in the opening half, and they did it by throwing down dunk after dunk after dunk. I think the rim is still shaking. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Warriors are keeping things exciting in a close matchup. And while they may be down, it's not for a lack of effort. They deserve some respect for how well they've generated scoring with their offensive rebounding. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Golden State Warriors.
Game track. Steals.
We're seeing a lot of steals in this game. And each of the teams in this matchup have been aggressive on defense and getting some positive results.
Player of the half.
Paul George lighting up the scoreboard in the first half. And I'm not sure the defense will be able to figure out what it'll take to slow him down. He looks like he's in a zone. Here's our top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
Thanks for joining us for the...
Tight game through the first 2 quarters as we resume play here in the third. Oklahoma City's got it. George to Westbrook. Draymond Green able to recover with the block. Durant across the timeline. His group now down 2. Lays it up and in.
He's a modern-day big that plays like a 6'2 guard. Scary.
Westbrook to Paul George. Down low Adams. Big man, Steven Adams. That's how it's done. He's 4 for 4 in the game.
Did you see that change of direction mid-flight? And also the English he utilized to spin the ball off the rim? That was a thing of beauty.
All by himself. Creates his own shot there. Have we ever seen anyone like KD?
Easy answer. No, he's the greatest offensive threat we've ever seen in the game. He has a 7'5" wingspan, and he's doing things that Russell Westbrook does with the ball. We've never seen it before.
Warriors basketball. Now preparing to shoot at the line.
I've seen it happen so many times. Small things like that foul can end up becoming a momentum changer. Let's see how this one plays out.
Kevin Durant. He's got 2 shots coming. Hasn't missed yet. Nope. First one does not go. So he goes 1 for 2 from the line after hitting on the second. DeMarcus Cousins sends it away.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
Stuffs it down with authority.
This is why I go back into player mode. If the dude starts to try to have 40 points on me, I'm going to foul out. I'm going to start hitting him in places he's not used to being hit. I'm trying to do anything to throw him off his game.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Why not? Russell Westbrook is the only guy stopping Russell Westbrook. And when he decides to put his head down and go to the rim, he's going to the rim. It's that easy.
To George. Not that time. Thompson to bring it into the front court. His guys down 3. Yes, Klay Thompson. He's now 4 for 6.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Westbrook with it. Looking to make something happen. George, tough matchup against Durant. A drive to the basket, but the shot rattles around. His guys now trailing by a point. Oh, good defense there. Thunderbrook in a matchup with Boogie. Easy path to the rim.
It can only be one of 2 things here. 1, the defender ran out of gas. Or 2, this dude is just unstoppable.
Westbrook. Draymond Green. Oh, that's out.
Out of here. It always looks cool, but guess what? You're still on D. Here's one of the biggest secrets as we move into this new age of basketball, especially in the draft room. You have to draft players with size and length. That's the biggest deterrent for any team offensively.
Schroeder matched up with the 2-time MVP. To Paul George. And a nice finish at the rim.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
Right down Broadway, 4-2.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Thunder with the basketball. And the finish, slam dunk.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
Curry with the basketball. The deficit now up to 5. Down the lane. Shot won't fall.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player short arm a shot.
The Schroeder. And a whistle.
Just a tic-tac foul.
To number 30, Stephen Curry. That's his 2nd personal foul. Team foul number 1, Golden State Warriors.
Robertson sizing up Jordan Bell. Down to Grant. And the rebound grabbed by the Warriors. Livingston to bring it up. His guys can get a 2 for 1 if they time this out.
Yes.
Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
There you go. Finally. Shoot your shot.
Oh, they called the foul.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
And he connects on the first free throw. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. Warriors have the basketball. Durant, tough matchup against George. Has a look. Yes, it drops. A little drama on that one.
The reality is no one can guard a player at his level one-on-one. The help defense needs to be shown, and he needs to see a series of obstacles instead of just one individual.
And Paul George, not sure why they left him that wide open. Takes advantage.
I know he's a volume shooter. I know defensively at times you have to take your lumps. Might be time to adjust the scouting report, though. Start denying him the ball.
That ends the third quarter. Thunder with the lead.
Oh, no.
The Warriors won the opening tip, so they have it to start the fourth quarter. They trail to this point, but you'd have to say this one's up for grabs.
And the new style we play with in this league, all it takes is 3 quick threes, and you're right back in the ballgame.
Westbrook across the timeline. They lead it. 4-point game. Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. The Thunder have the possession. Strong finish for Paul George.
I mean, Ed, I get more and more impressed with guys' ability to shift their body. That's a Euro step, a side step. However they find a way to get through traffic and finish like that.
Tough shot and nearly a chance at a three-point play. No foul.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ballgame.
Alrighty.
On the touch at the rim. Count it.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
It's no good. Great defense.
The contest was good, but you being a nuisance was great. Continue to be that gnat that no matter how many times you swing at it, it never goes away.
Let's go.
Nice finish at the rim.
I've seen him float so much on the perimeter, I forgot he even had that kind of physical presence. Good to see him beating up on people down low again.
Russell Westbrook, defended by Steph Curry.
Counted. And cutting hard in transition is one of the most underrated things about this game. The harder you can cut is the more it opens up the floor to make plays just like that.
That's what you've come to expect. Your best players making baskets.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Looks like some substitutions are coming on in.
Number 17, Dennis Schroeder.
George against KD. To Schroeder. And the rebound taken by the Warriors. Draymond Green against Paul George. Deep right corner. Durant. Offensive ball. Slams it home on the putback.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in the zone by himself.
George to Adams. Kevin Durant with the block.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with it.
KD follows up with the putback slam.
Ed, it's pretty amazing how athletic bigs can be when it comes to getting an easy 2 points, huh?
Schroeder to George. Here comes the screen. Paul George. To Schroeder. Draymond Green rejects it.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
They're going to make some changes with some new personnel on the floor. Durant with the basketball up top. Up 6. A big finish at the rim.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat 5, but we're watching one man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Schroeder to Paul George. DeMarcus Cousins with a piece. Curry into the front court. It's an 8-point lead. He gets it.
And I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shot. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
Draymond Green swats it.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
Golden State at the controls to Cousins. No good,
Aw.
and no foul. Schroeder sizing up Draymond Green. To George. Kevin Durant pins it. The drive right to the basket. Right through the heart of the defense. The layup is good.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Curry shot, no good. George, great pass to set it up. Steven Adams with the slam.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
To Thompson. Here comes the intentional foul, but they did have one to give, so no free throws yet. They'll shoot after the next foul.
Smart play. You have fouls to use. Good way to manage the clock without burning a timeout.
And here's the foul. Right now it's a 2-possession game, so if he hits 1 or 2 of these, it could be all she wrote.
In the 80s, that might have been a personal, but regardless, it had the same impact. You just injected a little life into your squad, just when they needed it.
And he makes them both. The Thunder will use a timeout. That's their second of the final 3 minutes. No more timeouts left the rest of the game. DeMarcus Cousins, huge block. That's his 3rd block this evening. Deep 3 at the buzzer. Oh, how about that? A 3 at the buzzer, and it's going to bring some icy stares from the other bench. This one is now all over.
Yeah. That comeback, though.
The Warriors took this down to the wire before getting the win. They did it with blocks, and they did it with steals. More to the point, they did it with excellent defense. They committed to the grind and got rewarded as a result. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored
Oh,
for the
Steph Curry
Golden
at
State
31,
Warriors.
Durant 20, 51 combined in those two.
The Thunder
That's more than
lost
half
a
of
tight
our
one
points
today,
just with 2
and you can
people.
see the disappointment. While they did put together quite a highlight reel of dunks in this matchup, they did not put together a win. As we all know, style points never show up on the scoreboard.
George was amazing.
Game track. Assists.
The teams in this matchup did a great job of moving the ball and keeping the game flowing. It was the sort of action fans love to see, and I definitely enjoyed it myself. The unselfish play made for a great game.
Yeah, we did better than that.
Player of the game.
Steph Curry.
Put up the kind of points that made him an easy choice for this award. He couldn't be stopped, and when he realized he was in the zone, he just took it to another level.
3-pointer he made at the end looked
We
crazy.
got our top 3 plays for you. Check them out.
It's a dunk.
Number 2. Number 1.
right? Celtics beat the 76ers in upcoming games.
This is what the future holds for the Golden State Warriors.
So next matchup I'll play is against
On behalf
Utah.
of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose. We look forward to seeing you again next time.
Alrighty guys, that's gonna be the video, and I hope you enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed me playing NBA Live 19. I'm trying to play some more, and I'll see you guys in the next one. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.